everybody, welcome back to Mel's Board Game Room. So I'm actually going to be doing a quick kind of playthrough tutorial of a game that I just actually finished playing with my husband. I let my BG stat kind of randomly pick which game we're going to play, and this is one of them that came up. I've owned it for less than a year. I bought it secondhand from a friend, and it just sounded cute. It's a little card game called Evidence, and let me show you what it looks like all set up here. So Evidence is for 2 to 5 players, and it plays in 20 minutes, so it plays super quick. And I was so impressed with it. And I tried to watch a tutorial to learn how to play, and there wasn't really any out there. So, why we're doing this one here. So I've got it set up here for 2 players. Like I mentioned, you can play 2 to 5. At 2 players, there's a few things that are slightly different. You'll have your 2-player hands, and then you'll have a couple of like little dummy hands here. Let me remove the rule books. And then in the setup, when you go to do the search, you're going to have the hot lead plus 3 cards. So that's how much is set up. And then in a 2-player game, we also reveal one rumor. It's called Rumor of the Mystery. So what we're trying to do in this game is we are journalists, and we want to do kind of break story, or like how to get a great story about a creature that we don't believe exists, or that aren't believed to exist, and we believe that they do. So we have the Loch Ness Monster, we have the leprechaun, the mummy, a unicorn, the snowman, and we have a Dracula. And we're trying to do articles that we're going to be publishing about them, trying to reveal their existence. Now, what's happened is one of the cards, so this card here will show all the potential cards that is out there for each one of those. So there's 3 zeros, a 2, a 3, and a 4. There's 6 for each one. And we've selected one that's without knowing. We shuffled and randomly put one behind. And this card is like the hot lead that's kind of been proven, and that's going to give value to the rumor of that particular creature. And what we're trying to do is reveal, each round we're going to reveal some cards to value to deduct what is hidden underneath those, and try to find the one that has the highest score so that we can try to publish articles that'll give us the most points. And I'll explain a little bit as we go. So on my turn, and these are the cards that I have. So I know that the unicorn is not going to be worth 3 because that's in my hand right here. And it's also not worth 2 because this one's already revealed. And so it's either going to be another 2 or 0. So if I print an article about the unicorn, could be 0, it could be a 2. It's definitely not a 3. So I know that. I know it's not one of the zeros either because I have one of those in my hand as well. Now, the other players don't know that. And in fact, player number 2 here doesn't have any pink, so he has no idea what's going on with the unicorn at all. But the way that it works is we would randomly pick, and maybe I'll go ahead and reveal the unicorn card to kind of get more idea. Okay, another 2 showed up, so there's only one chance to have a 2. I know it's not a 3, and I know it's not one of the zeros, so it's between a 0 and a 2. So if I publish on the unicorn, it could give me 2 points on my news article, or 3 if I got the hot lead one, or it could give me 0 points. So that's not one that's very promising. We have the snowman here, or the Yeti. One of the 3 is gone, so we know that. One, and it could be a 2, a 1, or zeros. I have one of the 0 in my hand, so it's possible that it's not. So we could give this one, like this one has some potential. This one, there's a 1 here. There's 1 in my hand. So it could be that, and you're just kind of trying to deduct, see which story would give you the most points. So I've randomly played one from the dummy hand, so I'm going to play one from my own hand, and I'll play a 3 here. I'll play a 1 here, and now I have the option if I want to take a guess, like go searching, I think it's called. And I can search on either one of those. Now, what happens if I search? And I'll take the leprechaun here. Now, this is the hot lead one. So whatever the value of the leprechaun card is, this is going to give me a +1, and I will write an article about it. So it's in the news. So at the end of the game, like I can only ever have 6 cards in my hand, including the cards I have and the news. So I'm going to put that in front of me to show that I've written a news about this. And it's going to be worth whatever the value of this card is. So I'm really hoping that is not a 0, so that it's worth more points. But that was my turn. So we have the other player that's going to player number 2. Now player number 2 has some, like, you know, he's got some belief over here with the with these cards, because the 3 is gone, which is bad. So it could be a 2, a 4, a 0, but 2 of the zeros are in my hand here. Now, the other player, player number 1, doesn't realize this. So I could try to maybe go and get some more information on black, on Dracula, and try to see what it is. And it's a 0. So I know that this card is not a value of 0. It's either going to be worth 2 points or 4 points. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take, no, I got to play one of mine. What am I going to play? I'll play a 1 over here. So, because whatever I play, I reveal to the other players. Now, I'm keeping some secret here. I know, for example, that the Loch Ness Monster, I have a 3 here. There's the 3 played. I know Loch Ness Monster is not going to be worth 3 points. So if I play that too soon, I'm revealing that right away. I might want to try to get people to take the blue card so that they're getting less points than me, right? So that's that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my news on Dracula, because I know it's going to be at least a 2 or 4. I know that. Okay, back to me. So what do I know? What do I have here? There's a lot of information I don't have. Let's go and play, because I know that one of the zeros is gone. The 3 is gone, but it could be another 3. So I'll play this Yeti and try to get some more information. That's another 3. So those 2 3s are gone. That does not look very promising. But you know what? I'm going to play, what am I going to play? I'm going to play a 0 here to kind of give false hope for the other players that this might be a 3, because 3 hasn't been revealed. 3's in my hand. So I know it's not a 3. Now it could be a 2 or it could be a 0. So, but I'm not going to reveal that. I know that the mummy is not a 0 because there's only 1 0 and it's in my hand. So I know it's not a 3. So it'd be a 2 or 1, but that sounds not too bad. And I'll take this one and write a news about the mummy in hopes that it's worth some points at the end. Okay, so that was me. Now we're going to player 2. And before he plays, he's going to decide what he wants to see. And he kind of sees what I'm doing with the mummy. He could go and try and get more information about it. But he knows it's not a 3, so that 3 is gone. With this one, we all know the 3s are gone for this one. We don't have any information on Dracula. We're hoping 4 is over here, but we don't know. What do we want to play? I'll play one of those 3 here, and then I'll take another news on Dracula, because I know that Dracula is going to be worth some points anyways. I forgot to play one of these. I would have played one of these first. So let's say that I want to get some more information about the Loch Ness Monster. Ooh, so we know it's not -1. Loch Ness Monster is the only one that has a -1 point. So that's good to know. That doesn't change what I wanted to do here, so I'll leave it at that. All right, my turn. So Loch Ness Monster is not worth -1. I have 1 here, so it could be worth a 2. If this is a 1 in this player's, it means it's a 2. 2 is not bad. So I might play this one so I get a little bit better information. It's a 2. Okay, but it could still be a 3. It'd be a 1 or a 3. And that's not terrible information to have. You know, like if it's a 1, then it's worth a 1. But if it's worth one of the 3s, that'd be nice. So, and I don't know what he has in his hands, right? So he knows that. I don't. I'll put that there. And do I want to write news about the Loch Ness Monster, or do I write a news about the Loch Ness Monster? So I have a bit of variety here. I have 3 articles that I've written on 3 different monsters. Okay, back to player 2. So he knows it's not a 3. It's not the 2. So he knows that the Loch Ness Monster is the 1. Now, is he going to share that information with me? Or is he going to let me kind of worry about it? And, you know, I've already done it, so maybe he'll be like, look what you're doing. You're bidding on a 1. And kind of, but I need to play one of these. I always forget to play one of these. Let's go and get some information on the yellow, because I know nothing about it here. Okay, that was a 1, and I've already played mine, so I could pick up 1. I'm going to stick with my Dracula. I really like what that's looking like. I think that's going to be worth the point. So I'm here. Okay. I have some information about Dracula. I have no idea what he's doing, but he's bidding a lot on it. So let's go and have a peek. Oh, look what we found out. It's not a 4. Now, I don't know anything else about it, but other than it's a 2 or a 0. He knows it's not a 0, so that it's a 2. I don't know that. So I'm like, well, that doesn't look very promising. Now, and I've also see here that I've played the 2 3s are played. The 2 is played, so this is going to be a 1. Now, once per turn, I do have the option, if I want, to take a break. And what the take a break card does is that, let me zoom in on that picture more so that it's clear. So what the take a break card will do is you can spend it, so you can take it. Now, in a 2-player game, you can take up to 2. Any more than that, you can only ever take the 1, and you can only do it once per round. So I'm going to take a break, which allows me to return the articles that I've written, kind of like, okay, I realize this isn't going to be as good as I thought it was going to be, and I'll go ahead and take another yellow, and I'll just kind of zero down on the yellow and hope that that's more worthwhile for me. And then I need to play one of mine here. He hasn't seemed to go for that at all. Do I want to tell him about the mummy? Not. I'll show the unicorn. So, because the unicorn is not a 3, so it's between a 2 and a 0. So, second player is like, okay. So he knows that Dracula is only going to be worth 2. So I have a 1. This one's going to be 3, 2, and 2. So it's not terrible, but it'd be nice to have a bit better score there, but not. Maybe. Like, the leprechaun could be worth a 3 still. So let's go get some information on the leprechaun. Okay, well, it's not a 1. We know that. So leprechaun has some potential. We will go ahead and reveal that this one here is a 2, because we got to reveal something. And I'm going to go ahead and publish about leprechaun and hope that maybe it's a 3. Let's really hope it's not a 0. Okay, back to player 1. Player 1 has some information here. You know what? This has 2 3s, so we know it's not the 3. It has the 2, it's not a 2. It has the -1, so we know this is a 1. So the playing a 1's not going to reveal anything. I'm going to play one of the yellows here. So we've got, we got another 1. So we know it's not 1. It could be a 2 or a 0 here. But I know it's not a 0 because it's in my hand. I'm going to take a chance with the leprechaun and hope that is worthwhile for me. So that, I need to play one of mine. And I'll play this one to show that because it's already common knowledge anyways. Now I have this here. And I want to, you know what? This could be a 2 or 0. Oh, but I want to know about the leprechaun. Maybe I want to concentrate on the leprechaun, so I'm going to play this. It is not a 3, so the leprechaun is worth a 0, and I have one here. He has 2. So other player I know is just, so I got to play one of my cards. I'm going to play this one. Then I have the search, but I'm going to go ahead and take a break on the leprechaun. And then player one's like, oh man, he wish he could have done this, but I did it first. I'm taking a break on leprechaun because we know that leprechaun is actually worth a 0, which is not great. Mummy could be worth a 0. We know blue is worth, you know what? This is the 2. I'm going to go ahead and take my other Dracula. I'm going to stick with what I know. So that was done. So over here, we're going to play this one. So it's a 2. I have to play the final one, and I'm really kicking myself because I got a lot of leprechaun that I know aren't worth a whole lot. Dracula, I still don't know if it's a 0. Now, he's taken a lot. He has the last card, so he has an idea. It's probably not a 0, but it's too late. I can't take any of that. So I'm going to go ahead and concentrate on the mummy and write another article about the mummy. Now it's my turn. I'm going to play this one. Oh, it's not a 0. So that means this one's going to be worth a 2. That's not bad. So I'm playing this one, and I will go and take, and nobody's taking any of these. So that with the +1 is going to give me 3 points. So we're at the end now. Oh, I didn't take one from here. So I would go ahead and take one of these now too. So let's say that's what I did. Because I would have had 6. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, we'll say that's what I did. Okay, so now we're going to reveal what everyone is worth. The Loch Ness Monster is worth 1 point per article. Leprechaun is worth absolutely nothing. The Mummy is worth 2 points. The Unicorn is worth 2 points. The Yeti is worth 2 points. And Dracula is worth 2 points. So we didn't have any stories that was worth tons and tons of points. But now we go and tally up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with the +1 here. 9, 0, and +1. So I have 10 points for player 1. And then player 2 went 1, 2, 3 with the +1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that was enough for the win. So he has 1 extra 1. So this is like a really interesting deduction game. And as things get revealed, you want to kind of take a chance, start collecting, what you think might bid. And if you have like a lot, I had a lot of black cards. I kind of had a good idea there. Then I kind of really doubled up on that one. I was really hoping though it would have been a 4 instead of a 2, but because my score would have been really good. But this is just a quick, neat little deduction game that I quite enjoyed the first time I played it. I hadn't come across it before. I hadn't heard a whole lot about it, but it was super neat. Played super quick, 20 minutes. And yeah, I think it's cute theme. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. If you get the chance to play Evidence, I would recommend that you give it a try because it's quick, simple, fun game, but it has neat deduction aspect to it. So that was Evidence. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.